The three main symptoms of ADHD are inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. Inattention involves difficulty focusing, staying on task, and organizing, while hyperactivity manifests as restlessness, excessive movement, and difficulty sitting still. Impulsivity is characterized by acting without thinking, interrupting, and having difficulty waiting one's turn. So many people use alcohol to numb the symptoms of ADHD. It is so common. So let's start with the first one, inattention and difficulty focusing. I feel like alcohol helps with that because when I'm watching a movie or something, if I was drinking a lot, I could actually sit and calmly watch the movie and not have my brain running at 100 million miles an hour with so many thoughts that have nothing to do with the movie. It made it so that I could actually just focus on the task and relax and shut off my brain. The inability to focus can be a frustrating quality for people around us, I've noticed. And I've even had situations where someone's showing me a video and I'm like, okay, what is this about? Like, I don't want to watch a 3-minute video. What is this about? Let's get to the part that you wanted to show me. You know what I mean? I don't like wasting time. I like to get to the point. I struggle to focus on long-form content. So anyways, drinking used to help with that, for sure. But I would like to provide you with an alternative to drinking and dealing with the inability to focus. And that is the Notes app, or having a physical notebook if you're old school. And while you're watching that movie, have your Notes app out and write down every thought that comes to mind. You can either revisit those later and talk to your significant other or whoever's with you about all those thoughts that randomly popped into your mind during the movie. You'll later probably realize that you don't actually need to bring those up. That's the impulsivity aspect. You actually think before you speak and you say, oh, you know what? Actually, I don't need to talk about that. I can just have that be a thought in my own head. But anyway, so having a notepad to write down all your thoughts is really, really helpful and allows you to empty your brain so you can actually focus on what you're doing. This helps when you are at work as well and you're needing to focus on a project or you're needing to study for an exam. Have that Notes app nearby so that when you get sidetracked and you find yourself reading the same paragraph 3 times because you cannot focus on it, write down that thing that is blocking you in your mind. You're thinking about, oh my God, I didn't get these 3 things on my grocery list. Write it down on your Notes app. Write those 3 things down so that you can focus on work, get back to your studying, and get to those thoughts later. Emptying your brain allows you to focus on the thing that is actually at hand. So that is a really great strategy to manage the inattention portion of ADHD. So again, back to the 3 main symptoms. We have inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. Let's move into the hyperactivity portion of it. It says it manifests as restlessness, excessive movement, and difficulty sitting still. So they're calling this a bit more of a physical one, and maybe the inattention more of a mental one. I consider hyperactivity to be something that goes on in your brain and in your body. Like I mentioned earlier, the hyperactivity of thoughts and just, gosh, if you deal with this, you know what I'm talking about. But I could have no music playing, no TV playing, be cleaning my room, and have a great time because I have so many conversations going on in my head. It's like, okay, I really want to buy jean shorts. I need to get a Dyson Airwrap. Maybe I don't. Do I spend too much money? Baby, you need your love. Is my camera almost out of battery? I should probably plug in my phone if I'm going to go on a walk later. What should I listen to on my walk? Maybe I should have a podcast. Is that a McDonald's? Oh, wait. Oh my God, I thought I left a piece of trash in the corner. Maybe I should start picking up the trash in my room. Anyways, that's just an example of how the brain goes. You can have so many conversations and thoughts going on in your head. You see how easy that was for me, by the way, to come up with all those random thoughts, because that's genuinely how my brain is at all times. And it can be frustrating, but it can also be your superpower. I'm serious. Having thoughts and having an active brain is a blessing. Although it feels, well, that's taking a really positive spin on it because it can be like debilitating at times, which is why a lot of people drink to frickin' shut up the brain because it's so annoying sometimes. But sometimes if you try to take a positive spin on it, like Paris Hilton says, her ADHD is her superpower. And It does allow you to think about a lot of things at once, to be creative, to have cool thoughts that other people don't have. So I try to take a positive spin on it, but yes, sometimes it's very frustrating. Moving on, that was hyperactivity in the brain. But this article talks about hyperactivity in the body, and that is major as well. And don't worry, I have coping strategies for this one too. So that fidgeting, hand to mouth, restlessness, always wanting to be standing, moving around. When you're watching a movie, you're sitting watching it, then you're going to get a snack, then you're sitting back down, then you're going to get some water, then you're sitting back down, then you're going to use the bathroom, then you're sitting back down, then you're changing out of your jeans into comfier pants, then you're sitting back down. Like that restlessness is hyperactivity in the physical form. And drinking helps with that because, again, it just calms you down. It's like instead of having your hands going all the time doing something, you can just sit with your hands on your lap and not have your foot fiddling, whatever that's called, restless leg or something. Your muscles kind of stop and it slows and it numbs you. Alcohol literally just numbs you. And we don't want to do that. We want to find strategies that are healthier for addressing these qualities that we have about ourselves that are not necessarily negative, although they can be frustrating sometimes. Okay, back to the topic here. So your restlessness, you're moving, your body's always wanting to be moving. You drink and that calms it down. Here's another coping strategy other than drinking. I hate promoting the fidget toy industry, okay? Because I think those are so dumb. They're great, actually. They are great tools, ingenious idea, but I just hate the idea of spending money on them because we have so many fidget items around our house that you don't have to pay for. The other day, I was watching a movie, so about 2.5 hours long, and I played with a chip clip the entire movie. And I didn't even realize until the end of the movie, like, oh my God, I've been playing with a chip clip this entire time. It was one of those kind of heavy-duty chip clips that has like the ridged plastic edge where you pinch. And I was pinching my skin with the clip part. I was playing with the ridged edge. I was just pinching it over and over and over again. I was touching the smooth part. Like I was just playing with this chip clip for hours. I was clipping it to my ear. I was clipping it to my lips. I was clipping it to my chin. I was clipping it to my clothes and flicking it around. Like I was just playing with this chip clip. And then at the end of the movie, I realized, wow, I've been playing with this clip the entire movie, which is crazy. But I also didn't overeat. I didn't drink anything, obviously. I'm sober. But I didn't drink any fun drinks either. Or I drank them a lot slower, I should say. If I'm watching a movie, you best believe I'm usually snacking like a mad woman. And I am drinking sparkling water after sparkling water, after soda, after soda, after soda, after sparkling water. So many drinks, so many snacks. And while that is fine if they're healthy options, sometimes I can find myself over snacking, overeating, and just going through an obscene amount of drinks. So sometimes fidgeting with something with your hand is nice. And yeah, you don't have to go out and feed the fidget industry more money, but having something to play with isn't the worst thing in the world. Okay? It makes it so you can focus on the movie or the task at hand or an annoying video that you have to watch for work or whatever you're needing to focus on. Having something to play with is really helpful. And I hate saying that because I feel like it makes me like mentally ill, saying that I enjoy playing with fidget toys while watching a movie. But maybe I am, for God's sake. Who knows? Who knows? And that's not a negative thing. I'm just saying it's a hard thing to admit to yourself, at least in my opinion. So playing with something, fidgeting with something is great. And then also if you were a heavy drinker, the brain really likes that hand to mouth connection. And that's why snacking is fun. But also having so many healthy drinks, or not necessarily healthy, but non-alcoholic drinks stocked in your fridge is really, really helpful. Because you can go through as many sparkling waters as you want. In fact, I looked up recently how many sparkling waters is bad for you to have. None. It's like water. You can have as many sparkling waters as you want. And for me, I still drink diet sodas. I'm trying to drink a little bit less. but you can have your diet sodas. Maybe you have like a sparkling juice beverage, whatever. Like, just stock the fridge with amazing non-alcoholic drinks that you can drink over and over and over again, because the body really likes that hand-to-mouth connection. And you can go even further if you want. I've seen on TikTok like these flavored little chew snacks, or these little kind of sandpaper fidgety things. I mean, there's all sorts of things, and you can find one that works exactly for you, whether it's the hand-to-mouth thing or just touching something in your hand. But the two tips that I find most useful are to just have something to play with in your hand while you're needing to focus on something or watch a movie or whatever. And then also having healthy drinks stocked in the fridge. So those are ways that I deal with the restlessness. And also, try to capitalize on the restlessness. It does become more manageable the longer you are sober, because, believe it or not, alcohol was tricking us. It's kind of a Band-Aid for the ADHD symptoms, but I can tell you from experience and in my research that alcohol will make your symptoms worse over time. So although it helps in the short term, it makes your symptoms worse in the long run. And I find that now in sobriety, I'm 9 months sober, I feel that my symptoms are a lot more manageable. I also am able to think things through a little better. We'll talk about that with the impulsivity. So I can address, why am I feeling like this? Notice that maybe this is a little ADHD thing. Let's take a step back, slow it down. Your symptoms are more manageable in sobriety, I'm telling you. But anyway, so you're in the beginning of your sobriety and you are so restless, you cannot sit still, you don't know what to do with yourself. Try to put that energy into something good. When I first got sober, I had just moved into a new place. It was like this condo thing, and we were allowed to redo the backyard if we wanted. We were able to do yard work, all this stuff. So I went ahead and I did that hardcore. I was out there until after the sun went down, shoveling and raking and planting this and pulling that and going to Home Depot and buying more plants and mowing the lawn and this, that, the other thing, removing the debris. Like, I was constantly doing stuff. Power washing and bug treatments, and I just went so hardcore on the yard work. So you can do yard work, you can do random home improvement projects, you can do arts and crafts. I once bedazzled a cowboy hat for like 5 hours a day for a week straight. It took forever. But that activity was awesome. I'd do it while I watched movies, and I was so at peace. Oh my God, I don't even know how to describe it. It's the most beautiful feeling when your hands are busy. It's like your mind can shut off. It's kind of like alcohol used to shut off our minds, and that's why it was the Band-Aid for ADHD. But activities with your hands are kind of like that. When I was doing the yard work, I could shut off my brain. When I was doing the arts and crafts, I could shut off my brain. A lot of people get adult coloring books. So you can get a coloring book and a really great marker set that feels amazing in your hand and looks good on paper. Get a fresh one. Go to Amazon or TikTok Shop or whatever and get yourself a big pack of 100 different markers. I got a pack of 80 markers, double-sided, one fat side, one skinny side, and I love them. Just have activities ready to go. And I think hand activities are really important, stuff to do with your hands. So that's the yard work, the home improvement, the arts and crafts, the baking, whatever suits you, okay? Look it up online, activities to do with your hands. You know what else I did? Oh my God. So I do balloon arches, not as like a primary business, but I love making them, and I've done a few paid ones, and then I love doing them for my friends and family and stuff. And I love that so much because it is so hands-on and it's repetitive. I think repetitive activities are really good too. I am over and over again blowing up these balloons with my balloon machine, not my mouth. And I'm making this piece of art with balloons. And my brain is so at peace when I'm making those balloon arches. I even thought for a second that I should get a job like packing boxes for Amazon or something, because I love the repetitive nature of those balloon arches. It's blow up, tie, set it over here. Blow up, tie, set it over here. I just loved it. So that helps with the hyperactivity, just having something to do with your hands. So there's my tip. Without alcohol, you can do stuff like that. Okay, and the last main symptom of ADHD is impulsivity. And the reason that I drank with this one is because it gave me the patience to listen to people and communicate with people. I know that sounds awful, but a lot of times people with ADHD say that they can predict the end of the story before someone's even started. Like, I am 5 conversations ahead while we're having this current conversation. I interrupt, I butt in questions. And when I would drink, it would make me a lot more tolerable as a human being because I would just chill. It would take the edge off, as they say. And I would just listen to these people talk. And I would be a much better conversationalist, wait till they're finished, then ask my question. It was like all the thoughts that were popping in my brain would shut off, and I wouldn't feel that need to be impulsive. Although, on the counter side of things, alcohol increased my impulsivity in other ways, like with the Amazon purchases and the random reservations to restaurants before I've even asked people if they're available. Like, I see something online and I order groceries to make that recipe right away instead of saving it for another time, maybe when I go to the grocery store. Like, with alcohol, that didn't help that symptom. In fact, I think it made that type of impulsivity even worse. So there were some ways that alcohol helped my impulsivity, and there were some ways that it hurt it. Overall, alcohol will have a negative effect on your impulsivity and make you worse. And I say that from experience because in sobriety now, I have this new skill that I'm very proud of, which is thinking before I speak, taking things slower, thinking twice before I make a decision, adding something to my Amazon cart and revisiting it in a week to see if I still really need it. I just have this ability to take a step back and think about things a little bit more before I make a decision. I am still impulsive in several ways, and the finishing people's sentences before they're done, asking questions, butting in, interrupting, that's all still there. And, we're all works in progress, okay? But I am working on it. I am actively working on it. And the stuff with purchasing, I've gotten a lot better with. Sometimes I do still make a reservation for 6 people for dinner next week because I really want to go here and I really want all those people to be there. And I haven't even asked them if they're available or in town. And then I have to cancel reservations. The number of reservations that I've made and had to cancel is crazy. The number of Amazon purchases that I've made randomly in an impulsive attack and then had to return later is crazy. I'm always at the Amazon returns because I'm like, God, why did I spend money on this? Why did I need to have that right then? So a big life hack for that is to put stuff in your online cart and revisit it later. You'll usually realize that you don't need that right now. I also have a folder on my phone called my wish list, which is things that I've thought about purchasing, and I just write it on there. And it's really helpful because then when I have extra money or I get a bonus or I receive a check for Christmas or I don't know, something, I can go check one of those things off the list that I really, really want and still want after it being on the list for a long time. Just another example about how lists and writing things down are really, really helpful for people with ADHD. Getting things out of your mind and onto paper is amazing. And one more tip with that I have is if you struggle with analysis paralysis, which is basically you have so much to do that you end up doing nothing because you're so stressed about all the things. You wake up in the morning and if you have no plan, you are just like, okay, I have to shower, but I should go work out before I shower. But I have so many emails to go through. I should do the emails before I go to the gym. But I could do the emails on the treadmill. But what about eating? I have to eat breakfast or else I'm going to faint. I need to drink water. I didn't drink water. If I don't drink water before I have caffeine, I'm going to die. Like, oh my God, your brain is just going like crazy that you end up just sitting in bed and scrolling TikTok or something. My tip for this is the night before. So every day, when I'm going to bed, I open my notes app and I write the most detailed to-do list you have ever seen. And this is an ADHD to-do list, okay? This is not your typical to-do list with just a few big tasks. No, this is wake up, use the bathroom, brush teeth, go upstairs, grab energy drink and granola bar, drive to the gym while listening to this podcast, eat the granola bar and the energy drink on the way to the gym. Get to the gym and do these workouts. Like, I write down every single task that I have to do in the order that I need to do it. And when I wake up, it is just peace because I don't have to think at all. I know everything that I need to do. And I know that if I follow the to-do list, I will get everything that I want to get done. And that is so beautiful because you don't have to stress about what to do first, what to do next, what's most important. Like, you already have it written down. And it just makes life a lot more tolerable. And that part makes me a little bit sad because when I used to drink, it was like all those decisions that are running through my mind, like what should I do? What should I do? What do I have to do? Blah, 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 to-do list in my mind. Alcohol would just shut it up so that I'm like, okay, well, now I don't think about any of that. I'm just going to do nothing. And that's why I was not achieving the life that I wanted to achieve, because when I would get stressed about what to do and what order to do it in, I just drank about it and then it goes away. It's like, okay, well, I'll just do nothing and feel okay about it because there's alcohol in my system. Oh, I'm so stressed. I'll just have a drink about it. But if you write things down, it's a way of handling that, all those decisions, the analysis paralysis, but in a way where you actually get them done, which overall makes you feel less stressed. And you feel proud of yourself and accomplished instead of just numbing your stress and not dealing with things. So lists are a really big deal. I don't do this next one as much, but a lot of people recommend that with the analysis paralysis, you write down the 3 biggest things you want to accomplish in the day. So if you achieve nothing else and you just did these 3 things, you would be happy with yourself. So just as an example, today, I guess I didn't particularly write down my 3 biggest things, but they're part of my super anal to-do list where I'm writing down every little tiny step. And those 3 big hitters are in the list. But I know that if I follow the list, I'll be good. Right now, I'm right on schedule with my list, so I should get my big 3 done as well. But some people say that if you just write down your big 3, that's kind of a good way of dealing with things too. So today, I wanted to record podcast episodes. I wanted to clean the basement and put away all the podcast equipment because this is going to be turned into a little bit of a guest room for some people coming over. And I wanted to edit 2 episodes. And those are the 3 things I wanted to do, but they're mixed in with my super particular to-do list. So I know that I'm going to get them done. They're in my list. But I do see how writing down your 3 biggest things could be really, really helpful. Because let's say something comes up and you're not able to stick to the exact timing of your schedule that you developed for yourself. Well, as long as you get those big 3 things done, you will still have accomplished what you wanted to for the day. So, whether you are someone like me who literally needs to write down your every frickin' move throughout the entire day, or you just want to write down your 3 top priorities that you want to finish before you go to sleep. Either one, whatever is more manageable for you. I think those are both really good strategies. So try out those. Writing things down, planning, to-do lists, all great strategies for people with ADHD.